Hi, I'm Vic, and we're introducing you to the game of backgammon. What we'd like to look at next is the difference between an indirect and a direct shot in the game. Let's change the play slightly, and let's suppose that you are fortunate enough to roll an opening 6-5, and you take the lover's leap there. And your opponent rolls something like a 5-4. Now, what would you then do if you rolled a number like 4-1 that doesn't enable you to immediately make a landing point? Well, what a lot of beginning players would do is they would play the super safe way, which is only safe in the beginning. They would play the 4 down there, and they would play the 1 up here. Now, in a running game, you do want to play a bit more safe than in some other game plans because you have a racing lead that you would like to preserve. But if you're going to play with the odds, one thing you need to do is to take small risks that will enable you in the long run to be safer than if you just played things super safe. And a checker that bears on other points, that is 6 away from other points, is called a builder. And the more builders you have for a given point, the better off you're going to be in terms of rolling numbers that make that point. So what you would like to do is you'd like to make points that give yourself some safe spots to land on. So a better way to play a 4-1 would be to leave the 4 there and maybe just play the 1 there. You don't want to take a big chance and drop a blot there because that's a direct shot. And let me talk just briefly about what are called direct shots and indirect shots. A direct shot that you leave for your opponent is any shot that is 6 or less away, that can be hit with the number on a single die. Now, those are much more likely to be hit than what are called indirect shots. Shots 7 through 12 that require the total of 2 dice in order to hit them. And so just briefly, if you leave a 1 shot for your opponent, there are 11 chances that your opponent has to hit that. If you leave a 2 shot, it's 12. And the numbers go up. It would be 11, 12, 14, 15, 15, and 17 chances to hit a 6 if there were no points blocked in between. So, direct shots are more likely to be hit, but there are times when you leave them. But in a running game, you'd like to avoid leaving direct shots and leave what are called indirect shots. Now, the numbers 7 through 12, their likelihood of being hit are 6 for a 7. That is 6 chances to hit it. And they go up 6, 6, 5, 3, 2, 3. So there's only 2 chances to hit an 11 and 3 chances to hit a blot 12 spaces away. So the way that good players do, even in a running game, is to give their self chances to make points by leaving indirect shots, not by playing super safe, but by taking minimal chances, leaving indirect shots out in their outer board, hoping to make other points, or even if I roll a 4 again, I can cover this point. So that is part of the strategy in the middle of a running game. You want to build yourself some safe spots to land in your outer board and in your inner board. Next, we'll look at some middle game strategy for the running game.